HIMS and HERS Health announced earnings yesterday after market close. In today's video, I want to go over their recent earnings report as well as words from management and give my overall thoughts on HIMS and HERS Health stock going forward. This earnings report was nothing short of amazing, and there's so much that I want to break down in today's video, so let's get right into it. But first, as always, we do a portfolio update. Today was quite a green day, up 4%. This past week has been amazing, up 10% nearly. And to zoom out, on the past 1 year, we are up a whopping 68%. No, we have not reached our highs of February yet. Now keep in mind, whenever we reach these highs in mid-February, we were much more concentrated than Tempest AI alone. Not being back at these highs is not a problem. Matter of fact, we're doing amazing year to date and continue to outperform the indexes like the SP 500 and the QQQ. HIMS had quite the day today, up over 18%, getting close to that $50 a share mark. Keep in mind, this company was trading around $25 a share not too long ago, and we just have been soaring this past month. You had them announce a big partnership with Novo Nordisk. I've covered this in recent videos. And then you had these earnings report yesterday after market close. The initial reaction was negative. The stock was going down, even though the results were amazing. As a matter of fact, in pre-market, we were down over 8%. Within 10 minutes of open, we were up over 12% and have been soaring since. Keep in mind, this is a name that has extremely high short interest that is also executing extremely well, and those two don't go hand in hand very well. Real quick, before we get into the earnings results, I want to mention how HIMS has appointed a new COO, Nader Kabani, I believe his name is. I think that's how you pronounce it. But he comes with 20 years of Amazon experience. Keep in mind, people like to point out how Amazon is a competitor to HIMS and how they're going to eat HIMS lunch. Well, now they have the COO coming in from Amazon. This guy has one hell of a resume, and I think he's going to do very well at HIMS and HERS Health. Just to break down some of the segments of revenue that they have, you have dermatology, sexual health, mental health, weight loss, and then you also have this segment right over here with the coming soon. Now, two of these products, testosterone and menopause, is going to be launching in 2025. Now, beyond 2025, we have longevity, sleep, and preventative medicine coming. I don't think people quite understand how big testosterone is going to be. Testosterone impacts your quality of life more than you realize. It affects your energy, your libido. Testosterone is responsible for making effort feel good. So if HIMS executes with testosterone, like I think they will, and how they've proven to execute over the past few years with other products, I believe this is going to be a massive revenue stream in the future. Not to mention the peptide facility that they acquired. This is going to be very crucial as well, because again, not many people understand the power of some peptides. BPC 157, I highly recommend you guys look into that one. A very powerful peptide. Peptides and testosterone will be very important in the future. And also keep in mind, you had them acquire an at-home testing kit. This at-home testing kit is going to be crucial for unlocking more products in the future, such as testosterone, prostate health, blood sugar levels, deficiencies. The list goes on and on. The importance of this at-home testing kit facility enables them to scale precision medicine even more. They reported subscribers of 2.4 million in the first quarter of 2025. Over 60% of these subscribers are on personalized treatments. I expect this number to continue to increase as HIMS expands its personalized offerings. And look at this flywheel. This is very important, that is outlined in the investor presentation. You have the more subscribers that come on the platform, you have additional structured data and deeper insights, which leads to data-driven personalized solutions and services, which leads to higher quality outcomes, which feeds back to more subscribers, and so on. Increasing precision in sexual health allows us to evolve with our customers as their needs change. And this is very important of keeping customers in the HIMS and HERS Health ecosystem. Now, right here is what drawed a lot of investors' attention in the recent earnings report. You have them announce 2030 guidance of at least $6.5 billion in revenue and over $1.3 billion in adjusted EBITDA. Some people doubt this guidance and say HIMS and HERS will not achieve these numbers. I, on the other hand, believe that these numbers are conservative and sandbagging. Now, let me give you my reason why. If they do achieve this $6.5 billion in revenue, this would be about a 22% compounded annual growth rate. That is much lower than where we are now. Me personally, I expect around a 30% compounded annual growth rate. Now let's go all the way back to 2022. HIMS guided for $1.2 billion in revenue and $100 million in adjusted EBITDA for 2025. Right now, we are on track to reach double the revenue estimates and 3 times the adjusted EBITDA estimates. This is due to the company's exceptional execution. Now, I'm not saying in 2030 we're going to have double the revenue estimates, like 13 billion revenue and 2.6 billion EBITDA. But what I'm saying is HIMS is conservative with their long-term guidance. With the impressive growth in members, coupled with the monthly online revenue per average subscriber increasing 53% year over year to $84, I believe HIMS is going to crush these estimates for 2030. Now, second of all, on the last earnings call, you had the CEO, Andrew, get asked a question by HIMS House, which is a popular HIMS retail community. HIMS House asked CEO Andrew what he sees in the future for subscriber count. Andrew answered, he sees 10 million subscribers by 2030 to 2031 being easily achievable. Keep in mind, that is 4 times the current amount of subscribers we have right now. And I've been preaching this over and over again, how much HIMS and HERS is still in its infancy, sitting at just above 2 million subscribers. Wait till we get into the tens of millions of subscribers. HIMS is proving itself day by day to be a compounding machine. And right here, this is them going over to their recent lab testing capabilities that can democratize access to deeper health insights. This comes with their lab testing kit. Now, what this is going to do is allow for core essentials, HIMS and HERS hormonal support, early cancer detection, and longevity optimization. Now, I want to focus on that longevity optimization part. I believe we're going to see this trend in healthcare go from only treating and healing the sick to also improving the quality of life for the healthy. And it's important to understand that if you want to do this, it has to be tailored to the individual. There is no one size fits all for healthcare. You have a mid-70s gross margin profile. Now, you do have these margins coming down just a little bit because of the price of GLP-1s. However, the mid-70s is still an extremely healthy margin. Now, with 2025 revenue of 2.3 to 2.4 billion, this represents about a 60% growth at the midpoint. Extremely strong growth coming from HIMS and HERS. Now, one thing that you didn't see on this earnings report that I thought was interesting is that they did not raise their 2025 guidance. They kept it at 2.3 to 2.4 billion. I thought after this partnership with Novo Nordisk, you would see a bump to the guidance, but this could be HIMS being conservative. Perhaps in the next quarter, we see more details around the Novo Nordisk deal, which will ultimately lead in a bump to revenues for 2025. Now, I took a little bit of notes so you guys didn't have to, so I'm going to quickly go over these notes that I took for HIMS earnings. You had the cost of marketing go from 47% to 39% of total revenue. Now, you had them guide for Q2 revenue of 540 million. This will be the first sequential decline in revenue, but this is just due to the semaglutide. Free cash flow was 50 million, up 321% year over year. Adjusted EBITDA was 91 million, up 182% year over year. Net income of 49 million, up 345% year over year. Revenue of 586 million, up 111% year over year. Monthly online revenue per average subscriber was $84, up 53% year over year. Now, this company did hint at international expansion, perhaps in the UK first. Now, one thing on the negative side to cover was the company mentioned how there will be slower customer acquisition in sexual health. This is going to be due to them targeting different segments of prospective subscribers, so basically changing their target audience. Now, what I've heard, don't quote me on this, is that they're shifting from a younger target audience to an older target audience, and this leads to a stronger retention rate. Something else that was very important was oral weight loss grew over 300% year over year, and I've seen a lot of confusion about the Novo Nordisk deal, and with this deal, is HIMS and HERS locked to Novo Nordisk and can't make deals with any other pharma? Andrew said, we have had talks with Eli Lilly. We want to partner with them. Stay tuned. So I expect multiple partnerships with different pharma companies in the future. And that's really it when it comes to HIMS and HERS earnings. Another blowout quarter. Amazing. And every time this company announces earnings, I still feel underinvested. So you have a company putting up triple-digit revenue growth to revenue, net income, and adjusted EBITDA, and free cash flow, while also having 30% plus short interest. But as for me, I will not be doubting HIMS and HERS' ability to execute, and I'm in it for the long run. Let me know what you guys think about HIMS and HERS stock in the description below. Real quick, I wanted to make an announcement that I am publishing my deep dives on all of my holdings to my private Discord server. Yes, you can join my Discord server for free, but if you'd like to support me and access these deep dives for companies like Tempest AI, HIMS and HERS Health, Robinhood, Tesla, and Rocket Lab, they will be available to VIP subscribers. These deep dives include valuation models as well as long-term price predictions and revenue projections. So as always, guys, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video. Be safe and take care of yourself.